Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. In this video we are going to dive into some essential Python basics, that how to take input from the user and work with escape sequences. Okay, so this is fundamental skills for everyone starting with Python programming, and at the end of the video you will be confident in using the escape sequence and taking input from the user using console. Okay, so let's get started. And before get started, you have a handful experience of using Python strings. Okay, so in the previous video I talked about how to use the strings and define it and manipulate the strings using different methods. Okay, so now let's talk about taking input from the user. Okay, so for taking input from the user, we have a method called input. Okay, so when we type input, it will get a response from the user using console. Okay, if I save this and open terminal in my folder where my script is located, and I run this file python input. Okay, input and escape. Sorry, I misspelled it. Let me rename it escape. Okay, okay, so it is running, but have not completed the script execution because we can give our input here. Okay, and when I hit enter, so you can see that the escape sequence has been completed. Okay, so now you can see that we have successfully given the input to the script. Okay, but how we can save this input into a variable? So we will make a variable with any name. Let's say I am giving it my input, and I am taking the input and saving it into a variable, and after that I am printing my input. Okay, let's save it, run it again. Yeah, run it again. Okay, I rename the file python input and escape.py. Okay, now we can give our input as I am a Python programmer and hit enter. Then you can see it is printing this string. Okay, also remember that everything we will give to the input will be converted into a string. Okay, so even if we give a number or float or any other data, then it will be automatically converted into a string. Okay, so this is it for the input, and you have to remember that all the things will be converted into strings. Okay, and we can also give instructions, like if you put a string here in input, so it will print in the console for the instructions, like please enter your age. So now we will use a mix of input and our string and f string methods that we have studied in our previous videos. So I will make a let's keep it age. Okay, and we will take user age as an input, and here I am printing the age of the user quickly. Okay, and then we will use it with f string. Okay, so as you can see, it is asking please enter your age. Okay, age missing here, please enter your age. Okay, and here you can see it is the instructions which are giving to the user on the console. So if I type 67, okay, and we are printing here the age, which is the input. So it is printing the input, which is 67. Okay, so now we are using f string, the the intro. equals to, so this should be a f string. So my age is, okay, and then we will put age here. Okay, so what is happening here? So we are on the very first line, which is the age and input. So here we are getting the user input, and we are saying instruct the user to enter their age. Okay, and when they enter their age, it will be stored into the age variable. Okay, and then we are using f string and saving the f string, my ages and the actual user input into the f string, and this all sentence will be saved into the intro. Okay, so if I print intro, okay, so it will be running one by one. First it will take the age as a user input, then it will put the age variable into the f string and save it into the intro variable, and then we are printing the intro variable. Okay, so now if I run the file again, okay, so it is asking please enter your age. If I enter 30, okay, so it is saying my age is 30. Okay, let me clear the console. So now I hope you will get a fair idea of using input. It is a simple function for getting input from the users from the console. Okay, and the next thing is escape sequence. Okay, so escape and for using escape sequence, okay, we will use strings. Okay, so these are used with strings inside the string to format it. Let's say my string. Okay, there are a different type of escape sequence. You can google it and see how many type of escape sequence are there, and we will use two or three of them here for getting a fair idea of it. If I say hi Python, okay, and I print my string, save it, and I comment the previous one, okay, because we have completed it. So it should print, it should print hi Python. Okay, we have okay, now I've comment the previous code. Okay, now if I run the script, then you can see it is printing hi Python. Okay, so what is escape sequence? Escape sequence is some sort of formatting then we can put inside of our string. Let's say we want to print Python on a new line, okay, and hi in a new line. So hi will be on first line, and after that I want to print Python in a new line. Now it is on one line, here you can see. So for doing this, what I will do, I will use backslash n. Okay, so as you can see, if I use backslash and then n, then the color of the string has been changed here. So this is used for new line. Okay, so if I save it and run it again, then you can see hi is in line number 1 and the Python is line number 1. So what is happening here, when it is running this line, it is printing hi, and when it will reach here, it detects a escape sequence which is new line, and it will print a new line which is here. This is the new line, okay, all the way, and after that we are printing Python. Okay, and we are putting a backslash here which is making n a escape sequence, means a new line. If we remove the backslash, then it will be a simple n. Okay, and it will be printed as n Python. Okay, so if we put backslash n, then it will be a new line. Okay, let me clear it. And the second one is the backslash t. So remember, we have to use backslash on all the things for making it a escape sequence. Okay, so let me save it and run it. Okay, so backslash t puts a tab. Okay, So a tab is basically four spaces at sequence. Okay, and this adds this simply adds four spaces between strings. So if I add backslash t, so it will put a tab here. Okay, like if I write hi, and if I press tab button, okay, oh sorry, this is the console. It is giving suggestion here. If I press hi, and if I press space button, then it will put one space, but if I press tab button, then it will put four spaces at one time, as you can see. Yeah, so it is adding a tab here. So backslash t means a tab. Okay, and the next thing we have is double backslash. Okay, so if you want to put a backslash here, and we want to print hi backslash python, let's print it. Okay, you can see there we are printing backslash easily. Okay, but what if we put two backslashes? Let's see it here. If I put two backslashes, save it and run it, oh, then you can see backslash is here. Okay, so if you backslash is also is a string, part of a string. So if you type it one time, then it will print it because it is a simple string. But if we type it two times, then it will use it as a first backslash is for escape sequence, and second one is a normal string. So for if you use two backslashes, then the output will be same. It will print one backslash. Okay, let's try it with some other backslashes. Okay, now you can see here are two backslashes if we are printing three, because the first one is the escape sequence character and the two things are normal strings. Okay, so this is not any useful thing. Okay, but this is just for understanding that escape sequence include backslash. Okay, so anytime you enter a backslash, so it will make a escape sequence. Okay, so now we have to add a special thing here which is very useful. So let's say uh, if I type in single quotes, hey, it's me. Okay, so this is the syntax, and you can see there is an error. If I save it and run it, then you can see we got an error, and it is saying unterminated string deleter. It is saying that the string is not terminated successfully. So we have initialized the string here, but we have not ended it here. We have ended it here. Okay, but you can see that it's the single quote of its word. Okay, so how we can terminate this string at the end? Okay, so one thing we can do is we can use double quotes between it. So okay, if you run it, let me clear it first. If you run it, so you can say hey, it's me, but there is a problem that we cannot use double quotes between its. We have to use single quotes. Okay, so for using single quotes and without the error, we will put a backslash here. Okay, so if we put a backslash here, then it will make it a escape sequence, and it will escape this quote into the string from the string, you can say it. Okay, so the string will not detect this quote, and it will make a escape sequence. Okay, if I save it and run it, you can see hey, it's me. One more method is to add double quotes, use double quotes, and inside of it you can use it escape sequence. Okay, you can use it escape sequence, or you can simply use single quote. Okay, it will not terminate a string, because when we are initializing a string, it is initialized with double quotes, and at the end of the string it is also supposing the double quotes. Okay, so it is ending here, not here. Okay, and if I run it, then it will successfully print its name. Okay, you can also do it with double quotes. Okay, hey, I am, oops, if I write I am Faiz. Okay, and in this sentence you want to highlight your name. Okay, and you want to put the double quotes around it. So what you will do, you will put double quotes around it into to show this into your sentence. But you can see there is clearly a error. If I run this, then I will get the same error again, but this time it is saying invalid syntax, because this is the one string and it is getting it as a variable, but there is no variable with that name, and there is another string. Okay, so this is a syntax error, and what we have to do for make it working, we have to add this quotes, double quotes, as a escape sequence, so it should escape into the string. So I will add a backslash here. So first quote has been successfully escaped, and I will add a second escape sequence as a quote. Okay, so you can see our two quotes has been successfully escaped into our string. So this is called escape sequence. Okay, if I run it, as you can see, hey, I am Faiz. Okay, so these are the common things that how we can get input from the user. Okay, and we can also get user inputs and put escape sequence into it, and do operations like adding new line, tab, and other things. Okay, and so that's it for today, and we have covered the basics of strings and other things in our previous video. In this video we have covered how to take input from users and how to use escape sequence in Python. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more Python tutorials. If you have any questions or suggestions for my future videos, leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching and happy coding. Thank you.